Yo, your boy Showtime Doctor. How Hunt is this hard to get right after all this time? What's the game been out, like 6-7 months now, and we're still messing with Hunt? See, I give them the benefit of the doubt on Raid, because Raid's been out, what, a couple months? But, seriously, this has been in the game since the very beginning, and... good. Alright, so let's go through this dev note, because... there's apparently a way that developer minds work for gacha games that I just don't understand. So... alright, let's do this. Hello, this is Super Creative. Super Creative. In response to feedback regarding recent updates, we're here to provide more accurate and complete information about the changes we've implemented. Our goal was to increase the amount of energy. You know what, hold on. Turn that down a bit. That's it. Alright, that's not so bad. Increase the amount of energy, and it's reloading. Wonderful. Why is it reloading? Did they update it? What the hell? What is this? Back. Alright, to increase the amount of energy needed to enter Hunt by 25 to 50%. Okay, so... let me finish. According to the level of the Hunt stages, while increasing the reward by 100%. So essentially, get more done quicker. But more expensively. Well, we'll keep going. Improving the efficiency of hunts and rewards. Before the change, hunts took way too long. Yeah, I agree. And thus, becoming boring to our players. This is Google Translate, guys, so... we thought the biggest issue was that it takes 3 to 5 times. It takes 3 to 5 times. Not quite sure what the translate meant there, but whatever. To address this, we tried to reduce the time it takes to complete hunts while improving the level of rewards given. However, that is an increase in the amount of energy required, as rewards are determined by the amount of energy spent. Improving all rewards. Below is a table list of the average amount of craft materials dropped after the first wave. And I guess we'll go through this here, so let's see. See, like, I wonder where they get these percentages from, because I know it's supposed to be the average, but... like, okay, so... Stage 1, you got a 105% yield increase. For... do they have the energy cost? I guess not. Well, anyway, so... increased rate after patch, 125%. Alright, so... same thing for stage 2, 138, 150, 160, 167, 175, 200, 200, 188. What is that? Why is that like that? That's weird. Seriously, that's weird. Like, if you're gonna tell me that you improve the rates, why is stage 10 have less of a rate than stage 8? And granted, you know, the average is still higher, but... if I take the time to run stage 10... yeah, I know it's kind of hard to make like an anagram for that, but... essentially, that should be higher. And... or it should be at least 200, at the very minimum. But whatever, what do I know? Stage 11, not available, because they just came out with that. Whatever. Graphs are graphs. The equipment drop rates for the second wave have been improved as follows. Increased chance of epic amount equipment drop by 100%. So, where's the percent chance for that? You notice how they never show you the percent chance? So that could be like, epic equipment drop was 0.5 and now it's 1%. Whatever. Added chance of accessories being dropped, following the same rules as equipment in terms of item grade. Added chance of accessories being dropped following... Oh wait, I said that. As for gold, since hunt stages are not primarily for farming. Why are hunt stages not primarily for farming? Maybe for gold. We did not make any drastic changes. However, players may feel that the drops require too much compared to the energy spent, so we plan to increase that amount soon. Why soon? Why not when you addressed it? Why soon? I don't get that one. Whatever. Second wave material drop rates improvement. In quotes. I would put this in quotes. Improvement. Quotes. We determined that dropping just one craft material, or 3 lower grade materials from the second wave of a hunt was an area of concern for our players. Once again. What? What? Who said that? But okay, sure. Therefore, we replaced that with a new drop table. Only affects material drop rates, not equipment drop rates. Energy. Return of up to 60% of energy spent. What is up to? Like, what's the lowest percentage? Like 25%? 1 powder of knowledge, which once again, if I want powders of knowledge, I will sell equipment. I don't need powders of knowledge in my hunt. Mystic metals. Sky stones, which once again, sky stones are nice, but put them in a chest or something. Why are they dropping from something that I kill that is a boss in a hunt stage? Like, all 3 of these should not be here. Okay. Covenant bookmarks, it's pretty much the same thing. All 4 of these. I go to hunt to get either rare equipment or rare materials to make rare equipment, or better. So, adding this in... Cover your ears, guys. Adding this into hunt materials? What the fuck? But okay, so... We made this change in material in order to guarantee our players receive rewards worth at least 60% of the energy spent on hunts. However, we plan to review hunts further to see if we should remove some of the rewards, such as power. What are we doing? Thank you, Yashune Mitsuda. Yoshinori, thank you. Alright, lastly, we mentioned that we will be removing heroic drops in Hunt Stage 11 in our developer's note, which is actually what they should do. However, with that, what we meant to say was that we would be removing level 55 equipment from the table Stage 11. We sincerely apologize for this error and promise that we will be clearer in future updates. Plus, we agree that rare drops were underwhelming. We will decrease the drop rate for rare grade items and increase the drop rate for heroic grade items. No. Because that would be like the equivalent of if I go do, say, a raid boss in another game, like let's take World of Warcraft for instance, and you drop me something that I could get from like a level 30 or 40 boss. Or whatever the mid-tier boss is in that game. Like, in general, for me, a good loot table is if you drop something that either it would help me craft something or it will help me, just as equipment, be able to handle what I just killed. Or whatever the next rank up is from what I just killed. Because, like, at this point, like, imagine if we were limited to... you could only get your equipment in Hunt. And you had to take whatever you got from the crafting station, even if you upgraded it with all 9 of the whatever the hells, I forget their names now. And got the improved percentages and all that, and the reduction in costs. And now imagine trying to play the game from that perspective. And this is what Stove tells us. This is where you go to get equipment. This is where you go to have a chance to get the best equipment in the game, with the exception of Raid. But then again, how would you even get in Raid without decent equipment? So when the best way to get equipment in the game for early game, mid game, early late game is such a colossal, just like dumpster fire, I don't understand. Like, this is so bad. But okay, so... what are we doing here? We believe that these changes were greatly rewarded from Hunt and saved a lot of time for our players. However, we feel that we were not clear enough with these changes. For that, we apologize and hope to communicate with our players. Upcoming plan changes. Increase the amount of gold when dropped to reflect the increase in energy required up to 15%. So 15% of gold drops, let's say. So let's see, like normally... I usually, when I go do Hunt, I'm usually just like, you know what, nothing good's gonna drop anyway, so unless I'm going for a new stage, I usually just go to 7, because 7, it's, for me, it's the perfect, you know, quick, has a chance to drop some of the higher tier loot, and I could just be done with it without having to mess with it. So you tell me 15% of, let's say, 9,220, that is 92, 101... right around like a 10,700, which, if I'm running Hunt 50 times a day, great. But I'm not. I'm usually running Hunt 3 times a day, because Hunt is such an inefficient method of farming loot. I might as well just go out into the world and just go do things, or go do the stages, whatever, the side story stuff. It's pretty much the same thing. I can do raid too, but anyways. Upcoming plans changes, 15%. Significantly decrease the rare grade drop item rate and significantly increase... Why? I don't understand why this wasn't worked on already. Like, you just improved Hunt, so what's the point of still having this? I don't get it. Reduction in reputation daily mission requirement from Hunt for 3 times. Which is the only reason most people run Hunt still. Oh, that's great. Like, can you imagine if, like, we were playing, like, something like Diablo 2 or something back in the day, right? Like, something that was known for having really rare, cool equipment, you know, Torchlight or something. And it was so bad to run, like, whatever the equipment... Path of Exile is a good example. Running whatever the equipment... You know, this is where you go to get rare drops. This is where you go to get good gear. And if you run it, you're just like, dude, this is some shit I could have gotten on, you know, the 3rd, 4th boss of the game. Like, why am I running this over and over and over? And now we're adding Powder of Knowledge, Mystic Metals, Sky Stones, Energy Return... Because that's what I like to see. When I go to get good equipment. Like, yeah, well, I didn't get anything, but at least I got up to 60% of my energy back. Oh, God. Alright, so what else? We welcome our players' continued feedback and suggestions for hunts. Again, we would like to apologize for our miscommunication and any concerns that arose from our latest patch. Epic 7 to provide the best gaming experience to all our heirs. Thank you. Best regards, Super Creative. Okay, so I will just suggest a couple things. Number 1. All of this needs to be removed. Just gone. Just removed. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Okay? Now, there is a caveat to that, and I will explain it in a moment, but all that, as it stands right now, needs to be removed. Number 2. Super Creative, in my opinion. Okay, maybe that's your team name, even though it probably should be Stove or whatever, sub-team name. Whatever. Super Creative. If you got some guts on, let's say, you're going to take ownership of whatever you're developing or whatever your plans are, etc., sign your name. Sign your name. Okay. Super Creative. What's that? What is it? Sign your name. Or names, in this case. Sign your names. The guys who are all working on this, sign your names. And if you don't want to take ownership for what you do in the game, you want to put under some, like, little whatever. Okay. Sure, like, when the guys at Blizzard, like, say the guy that was the voice actor, or the guy that... I'm the person who... the lead developer on the raid programs, or whatever, like, back in the day. He'd put his name there. So put your names. Like, that's not... but whatever. People don't care. Now, as far as hunts go, in general... I would tell you that. Let's say, so stage 1 or excuse me, 2 and 3 have crossover. 4 and 5 have crossover, etc., etc. Until you get to stage 10, then you're just getting whatever the rare is. But 10 takes so long that most people don't even bother. And then 11 is whatever. Number 1. I don't mind gold dropping, that's fine. Gold can drop from hunt, but gold should be its own separate dungeon. And it shouldn't cost that much energy. Like, it should be... the way that you spend in this game, because it's very easy to go through millions of gold when you're doing one piece of red or purple equipment in this game. So, when you tell me that you're going to give me... like, let's say I'm running hunt stage 10. And it is, even with their plus 15%, so I'll give this, let's add another, I'm right around 3,000, a little bit more, I think, but let's give it 3,000, so 13,420. And you tell me that, okay, let's say I still gotta do hunt 3 times, even though they're gonna change that. That's 42,000 gold. That's like... 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 to 5 items worth of upgrades in a red piece of gear. Like, that's not that much. It's just not that much. So then, I don't know, but like even running hunt stage 10, and now we can do stage 11, but that still wouldn't be that much even with the multipliers. Number 2. It's fine if you want to choose between gear and, like, abyss, whatever's, but... oh, actually, you know what? What's actually a good point? Okay, so say you get 8 of these, or 12 of these, or whatever, right? The amount that it costs... in fact, you know what? Do I even have the game up? Let me actually just put the game up. I'll show you guys in a second. But just to go over what I'm going to show you, the amount that it costs to use, say, however many of these it is per item, pretty much not offset by that. Like, it's funny, like, you go to this place, you spend lots of energy, and you're probably going to end up with whatever the crafting item is. But let me turn the game noise down. But then you just end up spending that gold right back on trying to make decent gear. Which is funny, but anyways, I need to stop clicking on this. Number 2. That's another thing with the blacksmithing. I would love to see the blacksmith actually be worth its salt. So the blacksmith, if you get it upgraded enough, like let's say 333 on all accounts, why am I still getting rare gear from the blacksmith? Like, we've been at this, what, 6-7 months? Like, my blacksmith should know how to make, like, decent gear by now. At least purple gear. But whatever. Oh, by the way, did you guys know that you can take a piece of brown gear in this game? Like, say, a ring or boots or whatever. And if it has the stat you want, it's exactly the same as a piece of red gear. In the sense of main stat. So, if you get the health... you get a piece of brown gear or a piece of red gear to plus 15. They're both going to say plus 50% health on the main stat. Now, granted, the sub-stats, they're going to be different. But at that point, is it really that different? Because the sub-stats, you're going to roll plus 3 to 4%, even on red gear, every 3 levels. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, assuming it doesn't roll into a flat stat. 20%, you might as well just take the 50% of the main stat. Like, that's where we are in the game now. As far as equipment and the RNG involved and just equipment costs, etc. Oh, there's another good point. Equipment costs. Just taking a piece of equipment and moving it to another person wipes this out completely. Even if I run it a couple times, it just wipes it completely out. But anyways, what else? Hunt stage 11s, whatever. Like, I just don't get why they are so dead set. Well, I guess I do get it. But why they are so dead set against, like, giving us... and let me put some music back on. Giving us Because they promised us, what was it? At least a month ago. It might have been late December, early January. They promised us, that in the smithy we were going to be able to pick our set bonus, essentially. Because, you know, the smithy, for whatever reason, despite being there for X amount of time, still didn't understand how to make a certain set. It's just comical, dude. It's just so comical. Anyways, okay, as soon as this is over. Alright, so you go to Sanctuary. Rock out the Steel Workshop, right? So we come over here. So let's say I want to make some tier 5 weapon, right? 70,000 gold. Now, once again, 70,000 gold. 70,000 gold. Now, okay, so you're saying, well, that's the high tier stuff, and you might get a good item from it. So what about, okay, fine, let's go to, because keep in mind, let me put that back up real quick. Keep in mind, this is the stage where all that stuff drops. These are the stages where all that stuff drops for the high tier gear. So you give me 8260 on the first couple, 10,000 towards the end. 70,000 to make a piece of gear, guys. So the gold you get from Hunt doesn't even cover one piece of gear. So then you say, okay, well, what about the low end? Okay, 7,000. If I want what used to be tier 1. Versus, you're dropping 3,300. Now, early game, probably not that huge of a deal. Because it's pretty hard to run out gold early game. But once you get into that purple and red gear, oh my gosh. But still, same thing. You know, 4,420. Like, I just... In World of Warcraft, back in the day, like Classic WoW, there was that, what was that called? Like the Black Drake or whatever the hell, Ren's pet in Upper Blackrock Spire. And freaking, not Taylor, Skinners, they were like, oh my god, I can't wait to skin him. I might get the, whatever the hell, the Radiant Black Drake pelt or whatever the hell it was called. And then, you know, they would skin it. And most of the time they wouldn't get it, but oh, when they got it though, that was like, I forget what it was. It was something like really big hunter item. Well, anyway, so I think it was like the improved pouch or whatever with haste, or whatever the hell they wanted. But that was like a really big deal. You go on the hunt, or you go, in that case, in like a higher end dragon, you kill a dragon, and then you get his pelt, and you can make some really good stuff from it. And then usually, even when you couldn't, you can make something decent from it. I don't know, they're just... It's like, they're scared to give us the reward. But then it's like, guys, like... Because a lot of it is, a lot of people are saying, well, yeah, but if people got rewards in this game, they would quit because they'd be bored or there'd be nothing to do. They've already quit. They're bored and they didn't get the reward. Like, they've already quit. There was a guy on, one of the 10 Epic creators... He said, I think I said this in the other video, but for those of you that missed it, he said that I started playing this game with 30 or 40 of my friends. I think it was 30. And only 4 of them are still playing. Okay, you want to do percentages? That is 13.3% of the people he started playing the game with still play the game. 86.666 repeater have quit. So, anyways, I guess that's my hunt rant. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. So I will use, I don't even know what I need, but let's pretend I need... Could always use a good speed or crit weapon, right? So let's see if I can get myself... How many of these do I got? Yeah, I gotta use 42. Yeesh, so I can only get 1. 42, and they drop 8 to 4 on a hunt stage 10. Alright, fine, so let's see here. So clearly, oh, and for those who don't notice, +3 to everything, right? I got all the improvements. Reduction in cost, gives higher chance. And reduce resources. So let's see here. So, speed or crit is what I want. Blue. 85 blue. Attack percentage effectiveness with a crit set, which I guess isn't the worst thing, but... Whoa, that was worth it. I'm glad I ran Hunt. Let's see. 48 to... Wait, how many was it? Yeah, whatever, it was like 40, 42. So in order to get that, I would need to run Hunt. Let's see here. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So run Hunt an average of, let's say, 5 times. So run 5 hunts, get the equivalent of... What's that, about 13,000? So 65,000, right? 65,000 gold. But it cost me 70,000 gold. So essentially we're middling out there, or we're even out. But I got a good piece of blue crit gear. Good, rare, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, I'm done with this topic. So I will give you guys another update. I promised at the end of all my videos, I'm going to give you guys an update on what we're talking about in the the suggestions box of our little private Epic 7 content creation guild Discord. Discord, rather. Here we go. Let's see here. So someone who will not be named, one of the random creators said, so the first paragraph is just basically the compliment sandwich. Second paragraph, I want to play this game all the time. I want to play so much. I want to wake up and start my farming. I want when I sleep to be decided by how much stamina I have left. Okay. I want to spend weeks trying to get my run down from 2 minutes to 1 minute 59 seconds. I want to think, hey, Alexa might be better here, or hey, should I build her? I am not once thinking, I wish this run was over and I can spend my stamina and close the game, which is what it feels like the notes are trying to get us to do. For full disclosure, this person also spends regularly like $100 plus on all the packages. I am shocked that B11 was added this early into the game, which isn't, you know, I'm just telling you what type of player he is, that's all. So many people were nowhere near B10 even. Yep, including me. And there was still so much development time we could have done to speed up our runs and work towards new units. It's like we were fast-forwarded the months we were supposed to have fun gearing up for B10 when we were just teleported past what we should have been in one of the most fun and integral points of the game. It is worse now too, because we are so limited with our character choices for Hunt 11 in its current state. Some suggestions I have. Give us a timer. I don't know how we don't have a timer and records for our stuff yet for stages, especially hunts. It doesn't make sense. We want to repeat the stages all the time and try for better times and be able to measure our runs. Have timers shown within your guild and have ranking systems. It's our guild versus your guild mates. I mean, I personally don't care about that, but sure. Find a way to make refreshing more sustainable. Stop trying to view the game as stamina versus rewards thing. I agree with that last part. View the game as how we can balance the game so that our players can have fun while being able to afford to play all day long. Question mark. Sure. If you want to play the game all day, sure, why not? You completely missed the point of all the complaints. I wasn't worried too much, but a lot are. The point was 100% of the stamina cost and costs revolving around working on new units. Not only did you miss the mark to answer these questions in the hunt changes, but it was actually worse because you did not really mention stamina at all and justified the increase, which is literally one of the things people did not want to hear. Yeah, I agree with that. Again, please talk to the team and rethink how to approach or suggest it. Think these people want to play all day long. How can we make it the most fun experience possible while also making a ton of money without charging them to actively play the game? Maybe skins. Oh god, no. Not skins, not skins, not skins. But okay. Maybe skins is the answer. Maybe cosmetic, not power. What does skins have to do with this? I don't know. Oh well. Hey, at least we had some good suggestions there, sure. And let's see, what's the next suggestion? Don't know if this has been mentioned yet. This is a new person, by the way. But I think one of the most important things that should be added to the game is the way to recall dupe Moonlight characters. I can't tell you how many of my viewers, including myself, have had dupe pulls on Elson and Lorenos and other Moonlight units that we don't need dupes of. Maybe the way to fix this is to make it so that we can sell them and maybe get some gold transmute stones back. Like 5 for a 5 gold star transmute and 4 for a 4 star. And for a 3 star, 2. Just some ideas to make the people that are raging or quitting the game because they've had horrible Moonlights. See, okay, you're talking to someone, or I'm talking to you rather, that I've had all 3 Moonlight summons, and a couple of them, you know, pretty good characters like Gerardo and Doris, etc. But for the most part, it's been mostly crap. But even I don't really think you should be able to sell them personally. So we had someone else, let's see here. Sorry to disagree, but I don't feel like we should have 4 dupe Elsons, so I know exactly how you feel. Or they have 4 dupe Elsons. But you'd like Moonlights to maintain the novelty of being able to transmit them back. And being able to transmit them back for gold stones. Means everyone will be running around with the same ML units and they won't feel as exciting or special. Yes. I've given up on Moonlights at this point. So, whatever. Good luck to everyone who still cares. I don't care about Moonlights. I finally figured out I figured out a while ago, but you could play the game without them. It's fine. We have a couple of the suggestions, but just like name change and stuff like that. So there you go, that's what we're talking about. The good part I will say is a lot of the people that were just kind of like doing the compliment sandwich and the Glamon and the wow, you guys are so amazing. I mean, it's still there, but at least most of those guys now, they're actively participating in the suggestion part of the Discord, which is nice. We still have a couple people that haven't, but whatever. You either care or you don't. That's just the way it is. Let's see. Oh, here's one last thing I'll mention. This one I don't care about because I don't spend on this game. But let's see here. Another person writes, one thing I would like to say is that I really dislike package prices. I understand that $50/$100 packs are necessary, but why is there no price in the $15 to $25 range? I know so many people that just instantly snap up any $20 range things for special events like the Lunar thing. It's a way to make a good amount of money and feel like people are getting a good deal. The current packs are expensive and iffy. I bought them still, brackets. There really needs to be a low price special pack to go out with these. An example would be something to spoil people, like a 4 to 5 star ticket in Moonlight Summons, yeah right. And some Skystone bookmarks or something for $20. So many people would snap that up. Yeah, you know what I have been hearing? I personally don't care about any of that, but that's all fine if people do. I would like to see, even though I'm not like, you know, hardcore, like this needs to happen, because it's probably not going to happen. But what would be cool is if you could take those gold transmute stones, and you could buy the 4 to 5 star summon, and then you could take the same thing and buy a, whatever, the Moonlight, whatever thing summon, and then combine them. That would be pretty cool. Because then it would take twice as long, but you could at least guarantee yourself a 4 to 5 Moonlight character. Which I think would be pretty cool, but... Anyways, what do I know about anything? So this has been way too long, and I'm done now. Hope you guys... Stuff and things, so that's my thoughts on everything, and... it's just like, Hunt's been in the game too long for them to still be messing around. It's just been in the game too long, and that's like... How can I say this? It's a fail. It's just a fail. Hunt's a fail right now. And it's not that people don't want to do hunts. It's just that, you know, your time versus effort is just not there. It's just not there. Like, this is the equivalent of running a top-tier Diablo boss hundreds of times and not getting one epic drop. Like, it's just like, well, what am I even doing? I might as well just go about my business doing whatever I do. And maybe it'll drop there. But anyways, guys, that's enough for me. So Not even doing the promo. Peace out.